after you were done with your school. I know JJ, or the Dickinson ISD is, and so hopefully y'all are out as well. If not, y'all should be almost there. This week I want to remind y'all about the memory verse of the month. It is John 14:6, and it says, Jesus told them, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. So keep reminding y'all, keep memorizing those verses. And I'm thinking maybe next week is whenever we're going to see if you memorized it. Okay, we're on lesson 4, and so watch the video and I will come back and I will teach you the lesson.
Today, gonna teach you another lesson on life at the highway. We have another road sign to learn from today. That's right, it's the merge sign. This is a sign that is used to help cars work together while on the highway. It's when 2 lanes merge into 1 lane. They really have to work together. If they don't, they can crash into one another. You know, the same is true on the highway of life. As Christians who are traveling on the highway to heaven, we must merge and work together in order to accomplish all that God wants us to do. God can take 2 different people and help them merge together in order to accomplish a big task for God, like winning the world for Jesus. To tell you a little more about what the Bible has to say about that, I'm going to throw it to my good friend, Big Papa. He's going to teach you today's power verse. This is Big Papa calling Monkey Fighter. Monkey Fighter coming. Oh, wait, hold on, Monkey Fighter. I got something I gotta do. How you doing, kid? This is your Big Papa on the highway of life with a big old payload of power verses for you right here. Today's power verse says, we work together as partners who belong to God. 1 Corinthians 3:9. That power verse smells mighty good in my rig. All right, boys and girls, it's time for the boys to stand up first. Come on, boys, everybody stand up together. Let's say that power verse on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We work together as partners who belong to God. 1 Corinthians 3:9. All right, boys, have a seat. It's time for the girls to go. Okay, girls, stand up on your feet. Let's go. Ready, set, 1, 2, 3. We work together as partners who belong to God. 1 Corinthians 3:9. Good job, girls. Go on and have you a seat. You know what, boys and girls? On the highway of life, us truckers have these here CB radios to stay in contact together. Like my good friend, Monkey Fighter. Some of these people, I don't even know. But it's all about working together as truckers to keep our highways safe. All right, boys and girls, now that you know what we're talking about, I need everybody to stand up. Boys and girls, come on. Ready? On the count of 3, say it together. 1, 2, 3. We work together as partners who belong to God. 1 Corinthians 3:9. All right, boys and girls, have a seat. I'm going to throw it back to my good buddy officer, Jay Walker here. This is Big Papa on the highway of life. And Monkey Fighter saying, we got to roll out. See you, kids. Thanks, Big Papa. What an amazing powers, kids. Isn't it cool how God lets us meet and get to know people who want to help us reach the world for Jesus? We get to take our gifts and abilities and merge them with their gifts and abilities. Together we can accomplish so much more than we could ever accomplish alone. We can't fight against each other. We have to work together as a team in order to accomplish great things for God. That's what being a Christian is all about. And that brings us to today's big idea. Today's big idea says, you and me, we agree we can work in unity. So anytime today you hear this sound, hey, what's the big idea? Stand up on your feet and say, you and me. learning today's lesson. But every time you're riding down the highway and you see a merge sign, I want you to remember what you learned today. That we have to work together in order to accomplish what God has in store for our lives. I'm Officer J, reminding you to buckle up and stay safe. And I'll be seeing you next time on Life is a Highway.
Okay, we just learned about the merge sign, okay? And it means that two lanes of traffic are coming together into one. If we want to avoid a total crash, we have to work together and merge into one lane together. What if someone in the lane says, I am more important than you. I don't have to let you into the lane. And then they refuse to let anyone in front of them. They would get in a crash, right? Just like that, Christians have to work together as a team to reach the world for Jesus. How many of you would love an award that says most valuable player? That'd be awesome. Of course, we all would, right? But let me ask you a question. If someone wins most valuable player, does that mean that he won it by himself? Were they the only ones on the field? No, they weren't. It takes a team to win a game. We need to understand that in order to win the world for Jesus, all Christians have to work together as a team. Remember Moses in the Bible. He was a powerful man. He led God's people out of slavery in Egypt. But did you know that he didn't do it alone? His brother Aaron was his partner. By looking at the partnership of Moses and Aaron, we can learn a few lessons about how to merge with one another and work as partners for God. First of all, Moses knew that he would never go before Pharaoh in Egypt all by himself. We find in the story in Exodus chapter 4, God tells Moses to go before Pharaoh and tell him to let God's people go. I would say, let my people go. I do that in my house. But Moses told God, God, I can't do it by myself. I am not a good speaker. Moses didn't try to act like he was better than he really was. He could have said, no problem, God. I got this one. I am an awesome speaker. Instead, he admitted he wasn't able to do that kind of speaking by himself. We can learn a lesson from Moses. In order to merge, we must, 1, be humble. Too many people think way too much about themselves. They think that they are best there is. They think that they are the best there is, and that they don't need anyone's help. Do you know people like that? They are always bragging on themselves and looking down on others. That's not what Moses did. That's not what we should do if we want to be able to work for others as a team and merge. Romans 12:3 tells us, don't think that you are better than you really are. That's the first thing you must do if we want to merge with others, to be humble. Moses knew he needed someone else to help him. He admitted that he would not be able to do it alone. But it wasn't enough just to be humble and admit he needed help. Moses found his brother Aaron and told him that he needed his help. Together, they went before Pharaoh. Moses allowed Aaron to be the speaker before Pharaoh. It would have been easy for Moses to say, "Hey, wait a minute. I'm the one that God came to first. Let me be the one to talk to Pharaoh." But he didn't do that. He allowed Aaron to be the one to speak. This is the second lesson we can learn from Moses. If you want to merge, you must also put others first. Many times, we want to take all the glory for ourselves. We want to be in the spotlight. We want to be selfish and take all the credits for ourselves. That's not what someone who wants to merge does. On the highway, we have allowed others to go in front of us, or we would crash. We have to let them in front of us. In life, we must also put others first. Honor one another above ourselves. As it says in Romans 12:10, that's an important part of learning to merge. There's a final lesson we can learn from the partnership of Moses and Aaron. Moses knew that he needed Aaron to speak for him. He was humble and admitted it. Then he honored Aaron by allowing him to be the one to speak to Pharaoh, instead of insisting that Aaron let him be the star. Then he worked together to convince Pharaoh that he needed to let God's people go. Aaron did the speaking, and Moses performed miraculous signs to convince Pharaoh that it was God who sent him. Aaron spoke, Moses did miracles. They worked as a team together. If we are going to merge, we must work together. That's number 3. Moses and Aaron worked together. We have to work together in order to do what God wants us to do. Reach the world for Jesus. We need each other in order to do that. Romans 12:16 says, live in harmony with each other. That means we don't fight one another. We help each other together. We can do things big for God. So I want to show you an illustration of what I mean by working together. So right now, I want, JJ's going to be here to help me, okay? So I want each of y'all to do the same thing with us. I want y'all to try to comb your hair, but you can't bend your elbow. I want you to try to comb your hair with your fingers, or if you could go run and go get a comb real quick, but I want you to try to comb your hair without bending your elbow. So just try to do that real quick. JJ, can you try to do it? It's impossible, right? But if we work together, we can do it, right? So I'm not going to bend my hand, but I'm going to be able to comb his hair. And you could do that with your parents, right? So we have to work together. Thank you, bud. Mm-hmm. We have to work together. We have to merge, right? Okay, so I will see y'all next week. And I hope that everyone has a great weekend. I cannot wait to see each and every one of you.